Welcome, everyone. We want to thank you for taking some time out of your day to be with us. Come on, let's get to the root of it.
In these times that we live, we take strides to move forward. We strive to be more, stay strong and be focused. Start a while, we make choices, live or die. Take over starts at the root, and the truth may be hard to swallow. Step one, self-love above anything else. Unlock peace and happiness.
Something to it, just to encourage you. We're gonna take it to church ready. Let's go!
Yeah.
All my brothers out there. To all my sisters in the struggle. Till that day. Hey. Take victory.
Good evening, and welcome to At the Root of It, where we dig deep into issues of the heart, issues of the mind, to get to the root of the issue so that we can be healed, set free, and whole. On today's show, we have a guest host, my sister, Dee. Clap it up, clap it up. And today's show is is very dear to me. And the reason being is because lift every voice and sing. We've been singing all of our lives. We come from a singing family. And because it's Black History Month, we just wanted to pay homage to people who sing and people who have musical abilities. So on today's show, we did have 3 guests, but unfortunately, one of them had a family emergency. So what we wanted to do is just give you a little taste of what you are going to receive tonight. And, we'll bring her back because I really, truly love her. So this is a clip from Rogue Mona Lisa, which is Nicolette. Look at this.
I threw away your love letters. I thought it made me feel better. I finally got you on my bed, but I still can't get you on my head. Ooh, I'm sending you one text at a time. I know you by your phone, so boy, pick up your line. And I ain't But you wanna look at the time.
Thank you, Rogue Mona Lisa, for even agreeing to do the show, and we will have you on a further or a later show. Okay. Our next guest is T. Coleman,
Whoop, whoop.
and a little bit about T. Coleman is that we've known him since 2009, and all we know is that he's the epitome of music.
He's consistently playing music, singing music, writing music,
Producing.
Yes.
And
always.
with him being such a dear friend, I just wanted to, he's out there. He's on Spotify. He has music out there. You'll be able to get a little bit more info from him. But without further ado, introducing to some and presenting to others, T. Tony Coleman.
What you say to me while we're kissing and hugging, give you all my loving. I'm the type that wants to please you. Your thoughts go
Hey, how you doing?
How are you doing?
Hey, I'm doing pretty good. Thanks for having me on the show. I appreciate it. Absolutely.
I appreciate it. I really thank you for, without any question or any hesitation, you said yes. And I just really appreciate that. And I appreciate just our friendship. We can talk once every 6 months and act like we
It was yesterday.
and so I really appreciate the consistency of who we are to each other. So for our guests that's viewing, and for the later guests, introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I grew up in. My name is Tony Coleman, and I go by the name of T. Coleman, which is not too far from Tony Coleman. So, for the most part, I come from a family background of music, gospel music, Pentecostal to be exact. So, growing up in church and, learning a lot of different things and, understanding who God is and, scriptures and things like that. We all come short of the glory of God. So when it comes to music, I just love to write music. I love to play music. And the best thing about music is you can take music anywhere. And it's far-fetched to not have music. If we didn't have music, I don't know where I would be. I'm like, really seriously. So from just producing, working with Bernard Bell, working at the Whitney Houston spot in Mendham, working with a lot of different people, not to throw names because that's really not important. But the main thing is the fact that I was able to get the experience of, being at these different places. So I actually took it with me everywhere I went. I learned a lot of different things. Even working with Norman Bradley, that's from BMW Productions. Now he hosts a show called The Best Kept Secret Radio. So that's in Jersey. The other thing is basically just to be able to do music. I'm just so thankful the fact that you guys invited me to the show, because it's hard to get your music out there, and you got to keep working hard. You got to work hard. You know what I'm saying? I never stop. So regardless of how old you are. Now, if I was a rapper, that's something totally different. Then again, it don't really matter, because all you got to do is have that niche. But the thing about music, R&B, you can always be able to do music, whether if you're playing it, singing it, writing it, you're able to. There's so many different links for you to be able to push your music out there. So that's a little bit about me. Yeah.
All right.
That's good. Our backgrounds are very similar. As he was just saying.
Yes, we also grew up in a singing family, and we also had God as our foundation. And music is something that we never escape from. It's pretty much what we do when as soon as we open our eyes. It's whether we're listening to it or singing it. It's an integral part of our lives. And we had some experiences recording with you that was so much fun. We need to revisit that You need to
Yeah,
come down
yeah.
to Florida and visit us.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
He was doing some production for our project actually back in 2009 or 10.
Mm-hmm.
He was doing some work with us, and we were always in the studio together, just playing around. He would play a beat and
Mm-hmm.
say, "Shannon, sing something to this," and
Yeah.
I would say, "Oh, baby," she's a Christian, gospel, and I'm like, "Oh, Jesus!" Like, I didn't know which way he wanted me to go because his music is universal. You can sing it, versatile, so
Yeah,
universal.
yeah.
Same thing, tiny
Mhm.
songs now, but you can sing anything to the music. So it's like, which way you wanted me to go? You wanted me to go here, you wanted me to go there,
Yeah.
and he kind of like helped me, even though I wasn't really doing very well as far as writing. But he helped stimulate my mind to formulate words that flow together. I'm not quite there yet.
And see, T. Coleman is the type where you're not going to bed until we finish this.
Exactly.
Right.
So we would be up
24
all
hours.
night working on one song, but you have to understand that song was produced. He did the track, the music. We wrote it, we sang it, we did all the parts, everything, and recorded in the same night.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So we were workhorses in that studio.
And I sang in the bathroom, the closet,
The kitchen table.
We sang everywhere. It didn't matter. He was a portable producer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He was a portable
You
producer.
remind me of Jamie Foxx when you get on those keys.
On the keys.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You have something to say on those keys today?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you ready? It's cold out here, and I need a fire burning to make this pain disappear. Oh, I'm all by my lonely, and I need someone to talk to. Where is your love? Where is your love? Ooh, yeah, yeah. I need to know. There you go.
Yes, clap it up. You are such a Brian McKnight, Jamie Foxx.
Yeah.
Don't let the sun go down. Oh my love, like that's what it sounded like. The tempo and that's why Dion said you sound like James. But I love your voice, and you just always,
Mm-hmm.
you just Coleman.
Appreciate that. Yeah.
So tell me,
Mm-hmm.
what's next for you? What are you doing?
Well, I'm working on my second album. Of course, my first album came out in 2018. It's called Exclusive. So that's on Spotify. You can check out Spotify. That's T.Coleman, T.Space Coleman. It's on Spotify, iTunes. It's on every platform that there is on on the streaming network. So you can get me there. I also have a single called Church Boy, another single called Superstar, and one that's called
I
Hump Day
know
Blues.
those songs. I know those songs.
Yeah, so Hump Day Blues is one of my songs. It's like a guitar sound. It's really laid back, you know what I mean? So it's like everybody has that time of the week when it's just like the week is too long, you know what I mean? So it's like every once in a while during the week there is always a stumble, or somebody always going through something. So in this particular song, it's talking about just getting over the hump, and it's like I'm trying to get home to see the game. The traffic is thick, it's hot as hell. It's a lot going on in this song. Even the dude is driving super slow that's in front of me, even though it's traffic. So this particular song, y'all gotta go check it out. You know what I mean? So it's funny, it's different. It has a little comedy into it, but it's a song. You know what I mean? So I like to create different stuff. But I'm working on a project right now that I'm almost done with. So I don't necessarily have a date. Probably, I would say, give me 2 weeks. You'll have a new album out. All right, 2 weeks. So look for it.
Oh, that's right. That's what's up.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm very happy about that. Tell us about your Spotify. Tell us all your fans and stuff. You got some fans and stuff.
Yeah. So, I don't have millions of streamers, but I have thousands of streamers, you know what I mean? That people that stream my music. My biggest streaming location right now is in Phoenix. A lot of people from my hometown stream my music too. So, they're very supportive on Facebook. But my Spotify, you definitely can, check that out. But the main thing about my music, and I have a lot of listeners in Russia.
Overseas.
It's like
Nice.
Russia is,
all the time.
it's a list of like different countries. I think I have like about almost. Yeah, I got 250,000 listeners right now. You know what I mean? So
that's what's up.
Yeah, about 250,000.
Clap it up.
Yes. Good job.
Clap it up.
Yeah.
I'm so happy for you.
So
Appreciate it. Yeah.
So I have a quick question.
All right.
So if you can work with any artist, who would it be?
That's dope. I like that question.
So.
And they got to be alive.
No.
All right. So the artist that I would work with would be Whitney Houston.
Why is that?
Why? Because she just has a grace about her when it comes to her music. I had the opportunity to meet her, and so just from working in her home. But the main thing about her, her vocals is strong, and I was always able to mimic her style in a baritone way.
Nice.
I like the idea of her songwriting. I don't know if she's ever written her songs, but I know she's a writer as well. And I'm really good friends with her brother Michael. He wrote on I believe what's the Waiting to Excel. He got a piece on Waiting to Excel, one of the songs on there. But she would be one of the artists that I would work with. Another artist right now that when we talk about today, it would probably be the female singer Her.
Oh
yes.
Absolutely.
We
she's
love
real
her.
dope.
We love her.
Yeah, she's real dope. You know what I mean? She swagged out. You know what I mean?
She's so cool with the sunglasses. Always
Yeah. Now she uncover her eyes now.
But you know who she kind of remind me of? She has like an Aaliyah vibe. In a sense, not so much
style-wise.
Style-wise, she dressed a little baggy. Style-wise, she's
it's funny.
Like Aaliyah wasn't all out there and stuff. She was low-key.
She's modest, but still sexy.
Right, and that was
Aaliyah.
Aaliyah.
She's not showing everything to everybody.
Right.
Just to get she just can sing.
Right.
Period.
Yeah.
I like
the
funny thing about that is Aaliyah is born on my birthday. We're born on the same day, January 16th. Yeah. So, but I do like her. Her style is impeccable. She, like I said, she swagged out.
Yeah, she is.
She definitely has this way about herself. Her vocals is just melodic. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, Definitely somebody that I would work with for real. Yeah.
Yes.
That's one of my favorite songs with her in it
Hmm.
is the Skip Marley song
Oh
"Slow
yeah.
Down."
Oh yeah. That's good. That's hot.
That song is
Hmm.
just like phenomenal. I
Hmm.
think that their chemistry together
Mm-hmm.
was good, and she came in a little fantasizing.
But she has,
Yeah, I just loved her.
she can mesh with anybody. She
She's just
literally
really good.
is just that versatile, and her, she's just smooth. One of my songs that's on repeat by her is "Comfortable" and
Hmm.
"Damage." She just her whole every album is a hit.
Mm,
You could just put it on and just let it ride.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah. Yeah.
right. Well, I like that. I have some other questions that I'm gonna ask you, but I want to first bring on my next guest. Her name is Musa Music, and I met her at work, and I would hear her singing, and I'm like, that girl can sing. Like, she can't just sing; she can like sing, like because she has a flow about her. Like she has a style. She has a style about her that I hadn't seen and I hadn't heard. But I'll let her tell you a little bit more about her because she has some special skills and things that she has musically that I want her to share with with you guys. So watch, take a look at this.
I fell on my knees, I begin to cry. I shout out to God, tell me why. What I do to deserve this, why my heart is hurting. None of this is worth it, without you, God, I'm worth it. I made it to my birthday. How y'all doing?
Good. How y'all doing? Good, we're good. I'm so thankful for you accepting to be on my show today. I remember when I first started promoting for the show, you was like,
Yes.
I'm for it. Like, yes, and I told you then, I said, I may have a show for you to be on. You remember that?
Yep.
And I didn't forget because I know that I like your music style. And I just had to figure out how I was going to do it. But ultimately, Black History Month allowed everything. I could bring dancers on here. We'd be like this. Tony was like, what you do, Tony? The dancers, what you do? Yes, get the dancers on. But I wanted to showcase singers because there's so much hidden talent everywhere.
Yeah.
And people sleep on people. People have different styles. You don't have to do all of those riffs and all of that stuff. You
Yeah,
can,
yeah.
I
That's
can't,
not
I'm
my
not a
testimony.
ripper. I'm not a ripper either. But
No.
but I know that you have skills. So tell us a little bit about your skills, Miss Musa Music. Can I call you sister?
Well, a lot of my writing, I do mentally. A lot of people don't know I don't write anything down. It started back when I was in high school. I had people steal my music. So I've become one of those people who don't write anything down. I've never written the music down ever. I can memorize every song that I've ever written. I can say about 1,000 or so songs, but everything that I've ever written, have it mentally. I can spit it out to you without having to look at a piece of paper. And people who have seen me work, they are like, how do you remember this? And I try to explain it as, don't you remember every song on the radio? Why wouldn't you remember your own song? So that's
Right.
kind of like my little secret thing that I have that most people are like, where's your paper? Where's your pen? It's here. I don't need it. But pretty much that's just like my secret on my writing skills and my music, far as how I bring things about. It's just here in my head for some reason. I think God really gave me a gift when it comes to doing music. It just
Can you sing us a song?
A selection, a little snippet.
Just a little tiny snippet.
feel it deep down in your soul, a feeling you just can't control, knowing you're destined for greatness, and it feels so amazing. Many are called, few are chosen. I'm so glad I'm the few. With this vision I'm holding, there's no way I can lose. Believe that I'll be down the barriers. I will break the chains. Attempt to walk on water. I will pave the way. Mine is the future. They can't take that away. Cause I'm gonna get mine. I'm gonna get mine regardless. Hey, no matter what they say, gonna get mine regardless. Hey, hey.
I thank you so very much. You know, you have a style like what's the it's neo soul, but no, it's a particular person. Like you have a raspiness to your voice. Like
Yes.
I've heard Monica. I've heard Adina Howard somewhat. I don't know. I've heard a lot of raspy people that I've been compared to.
I know sometimes that could be something that would potentially stop you because you don't sound like everyone else, but
Right.
you embraced that and ran with it, and that thing that made you sound different actually made you stand out amongst other people.
you have a gift in reference to how you write your music, right? And so you don't write, right?
Right. Pretty much I don't.
Did you actually write on paper?
No, it's not on paper. It's
You
in my
don't.
That's what I'm talking about. That's a gift. I want to
Yeah.
write. I just want to be able to write on paper. And you like, all right, the female Jay-Z,
Right.
hear a beat.
And
And
that's a blessing to
and-
be able
and-
to do that.
yeah,
And that's something that's truly a gift from God. Like literally, when you get that download of those lyrics into your brain, and it just comes out. You know that it's gifted to you. That didn't just come out of thin air. So everyone does not have that. So that is a blessing.
yes. I love it. I love it. Do you have anything coming up? Anything? You said something about a new single.
Well, I do have an inspirational song. You know, I'm all about inspirational. I'm on one of those tracks where I try to keep everything positive for folks. You know, we got enough booty shaking music in the world, so I don't. You know, I try to give it a different route. But I do have a female inspirational song coming out. I'm putting together a video for it. I do have other things that I'm doing as far as managing artists. I have far as I work for Andrea's Talent Management, want to shout them out because she's always doing great things. But I do have some artists that are coming up under me. Music is not just me singing. It's more than just me singing. It's management. It's writing. It's advertising. It's a whole realm of thing. That's why it's called music and not just me by itself, because it's more than just me writing and singing and things of that nature. I have more things that I want to work on as far as building other people and their music portfolios and bringing them into the light. I rather work behind the scenes than in front of the scenes. So I really consider myself a lyricist more than so a singer or entertainer. I like behind the scenes more, but that's what's coming for me. I'm doing more managing with artists more than so myself. But I do have an inspirational song coming out for females to empower you, to make you feel like you don't have to look like the next person. So it's gonna be nice. I think most people support the positive side of my music, and this one is gonna be real good. I'm excited for it.
I really like to thank you for even expressing yourself and telling us a little bit about yourself. You too, Tony. I really thank y'all. We have a story as well. Due to the fact that our other guest was unable to make it due to a family emergency. So we had our grandmother had some sisters, right? And they sang, right? They sang a little bit. They sang, right? And they had a group called the Willis Sisters. And so from a very young age, we were really literally sat around a piano and given songs to sing every Sunday. And we had to sing these songs.
Yes.
Every Sunday.
If I say walk around heaven, another time. But you know what? Those childhood memories are what helped build us to be who we are. And I remember singing that song at our grandmother's funeral. And that was, it gets to
And
come from your belly.
But now I've heard her sing that song all my life. But that day, she sang it from our grandmother. Like she sang it from her shana now. Like it was everything. She put everything. Like my grandmother would have gave her a standing ovation if she was there, because she literally gave her everything, like gave it her all. And she sang it good all the time, but that one particular time, she was singing it to her. Like walk around heaven, that's all our grandma wanted to do. She lived to die.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it was just something. My song was Amazing Grace.
Yes.
Not the How Sweet the Sound, but the Amazing Grace shall always be my song of praise. So, and it wasn't just my song, it was my brother's song. And a couple of cousins. We had another cousin that sang Power Shut Up in My Bones like Jeremiah. So that was his song. Right? So we come from a same family. But we did an album back in 2009, 10 or 8, 9, called Journey. And one of the songs on that album is called With You. So take a listen and we'll tell you about that song when we get back.
was dope.
How'd you like that? How'd you like
I
that
love.
song?
I loved it. I was playing it. I was playing on the keyboard with it.
That song, Dion went to the studio by herself that night,
Mm-hmm.
and she laid the vocal. She laid her verse, and she laid the chorus. And she came home, and she said, "Shannon, you could go and do your parts. I just sang it out so that And I listened to it, and the song says, "When I'm with you, everything is all right. When I'm with you, my day is bright." Like, and when you're going through something, like, I realized that our album, I can play it now, and it still ministers to me today. I think it ministers to me more today than it did when we recorded it.
Mm-hmm.
To be quite honest. And
so the premise behind that song is, when you go through something that is devastating. We had a devastating event that happened that affected our entire family. And I remember we still lived in New York at the time. And I remember being at a stoplight, and I'm crying. And let me know, you writers, if you can relate, because, sometimes heartbreak and loss and hurt can produce the best songs.
Oh, absolutely.
And
I agree.
Yeah, and so I was in the car, I was just boo-hooing, and it's sad, but it was funny, because as soon as I started singing, I said, "When I'm with you, everything," and I was like,
You start crying.
that's a song.
and I pressed it on my phone, and I pressed the button. I was like, "Hold up." So they asked the question, when people be fake crying on TikTok and stuff, do they stop crying to record? I think so.
Yes,
because I knew that it was a song, but it stems, and that is when I knew that there is a purpose behind the pain, because God gave me that way back then too, before it became a catchphrase. There was a purpose behind the pain. So that's just how that story came about. I remember where I was. I remember crying my guts out and hearing this song that I knew came straight from God. And wait a minute. Now let's do that again.
yes. And you know what? We recorded this song 3 times. Once in Queens, once in Harlem, and then finally we got out here. This song was actually fast. Was this one the fast one?
Yeah, it was
fast at first, and it was
some reason I'm meant for that.
Yeah, like, no, don't speed it up. Don't speed it up. But that song really touches me, because the part, and I had a small part, but that's all I really needed.
She has a power part,
because it was the circumstances in my life. If that's not my testimony, it says circumstances in my life tried to harm me, bombard me, make me lose my mind. But it was all a trick to distract me, a devious plan of the enemy. He was destined to fail. Because no weapon forms against me will prevail. So it was, those lyrics, you don't have to go through the same pain that she went through. Circumstances in your life. You know what I mean? Everybody can relate to it. So it was just really, really, it's a really inspiring song to me. I love it.
And it's because, people can see you and they can assume things about you. Based on the appearance, because T, you look fly, you got that swag all the time, that up north and all that. Hey, what's good? But people don't know what you go through to be able to put on that smiling face and go out, to do your job and interact with people throughout the day. Thank you so much for being an inspiration to so many. And trust me, you are touching people that you don't even know that you're touching, and you're giving hope to people, that, if she can do it,
like
maybe I'll try.
Like Crystal's music, like The other one, I don't even know if it's called You're the S, but I'm not going to say the word. What I do know is that the words in there is like that could be my second intro to my song, because you're saying everything that at the root of it is all about. You know what I mean? That, hold your head up high, and don't worry about all of that. I'm not going to say your lyrics, but you really did touch on the very thing that all of us, men and women, go through.
Yeah.
It was just like, wow. And then the next one you sent, I was like, oh God, she's in the vein. Like, you don't know how much I'm in the vein. It's part of her intro. I'll bring you after. But it was really good. And if people are going through stuff with their man, and that's a song that's like, all right, I'm better than this. I'm gonna be all right. You know what I mean? So I just really love that. I love that.
I wanted to say something. Can you hear me? You can hear me, right? Musa, nice to meet you. It's a pleasure. You have a great sound. I wanted to say that I can definitely feel your music with I haven't listened to anything because I don't know, but I definitely wait for your plug. But the other thing is, when you were talking about writing and without paper, I don't even remember the last time that I've used paper. Nothing goes down on paper. And every song that I've ever created in the past 10 years has been just a microphone and whatever program that I'm using. But when it comes to writing, I definitely understand that that's a gift, because, a lot of times, people have to write down their, any time that they do, like, anything, when people write down notes and stuff like that, I can't. I'm the type of person, I'll call up a friend and be like, hey, give me an idea. I need a title. Give me a word. What's the first thing that comes to your mind? Because me, I'm spontaneous like that. And it's so easy for me to be able to express myself with just off the whim. And I can just hear a piano in the back of my mind, and I'll just say, I need a word. Give me a word. And I'll just automatically come up with something really quickly. It don't take me that long to do a song. I could do a song in 45 minutes, and it's ready to go on Spotify. That's the way I look at it. But I definitely appreciate your gift, and I do a lot of positive stuff as well. I write about love a lot also, but I think that I like to link up with you just to see what we can come up with. You know what I mean? Because I wrote some stuff about hate when it comes to the Black Lives Matter. You know what I mean? I wrote some stuff about, just keeping each other together, because it's important. It's very positive to be able to write inspirational songs and to be able to empower women, empower men, empower people. And I definitely appreciate your work. That's all I got to say about that. All right.
UNIT minus unity. We really do. We need to stick together. We need to relearn some things as a people. And one of the things that I do know about singing, because we're going to wrap it up, but one of the things that I know about singing is that it brings people together.
Yeah.
It really does bring people together. Like, when I was growing up, the first song that I ever saw where people really came together was We Are the World.
Oh, wow, yes.
When We Are the World first premiered, and everybody and their mother was in there, and they was singing, and, they all came together for a purpose. And I want to do something like that. I want to do something as far as We Are the World, but a compilation of different voices, of different people, kind of like, I'm not going to say like Kanye, but kind of like Kanye. You know what I mean? Like, he brought people.
Let's do it. We can do it.
Together.
Right. Yeah.
With one common goal, and they all like to sing. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like a big concert.
Like However Do You Want It?
Yes.
Ooh,
when they get back to life, you know what I mean?
The world back to
self-destruction.
So it's just really
Yeah.
I love the music. I just love the heartbeat of the music, um, the different inspirations that people get from music. Like I know that people from the West Coast sing different. People in England they don't sing like they're like how they speak. Like it's just so universal. Like it's a universal language. Like somebody in what you say, like you have somebody in Sweden or something, like they may not understand a word you say, but they're still singing the words. Like it's just a universal thing. So, you know, we really just wanted to, like I said, pay homage to some of the people that I knew that were independent artists because independent artists is important as well. And y'all don't get as much
Affirmation as
right.
mainstream artists.
Mm-hmm.
But y'all be working just as hard as them,
if not harder.
if not harder.
Yeah,
So
for real.
because of that, and because, like I said, homage of Black History Month. One of the things that our ancestors did, they sang.
Yeah.
They sang through their stuff. They whether they would swing low,
sweet
chariot. They wanted to go somewhere. You know what I mean? They sang some stuff. So I really just thank you guys for being here. Oh, we was gonna sing because everybody got to sing something live, right? So we wanted to sing something live that because Dion is the writer for everything, but we're gonna sing just a little snippet that when we want to get our head right because we sing praise and worship. You know what I mean? We're in church. We God all the way. So when we want to get, I know for me, I don't know about you, but when I want to get my head right, I sing that.
Yeah.
Because it is like giving homage to God. It's giving him glory, giving him worship. And we're just telling him
thank you.
We trust him.
Who he is to us.
Yeah.
So so it goes. Okay. 2, 3. You are the master, the keeper of my soul. I was made to praise you. Your love has made me bold. Oh, to tell the world about your mighty word. Only you. Only you, Lord. Only you. Only you, Lord. So, I hope that y'all inspired. Thank you, Tony.
Absolutely.
I hope that y'all enjoyed the show tonight. And we have one more Sunday before Black History is gone. Black History Month is done. So we'll do something else as far as for Black History Month. And then we're going to get to the nitty-gritty. I want my guests to be prepared and my audience to be prepared because now it's time to get to the real root of why we are how we are and what we need to identify so that we can fix. So the next topics after next week will be some deep topics: deception, manipulation, betrayal. Like these emotions, these things we've all went through, we've all gone through at some point or another, some more than others. But we want to get to the root of it so that you can be free from it. Yes. Because when you're betrayed or when you're constantly being manipulated or toxicity or the deception is just deception. Yes. Everybody's wearing a false mask. There's nobody real in your circumference. I know that somebody can relate to that somewhere. So tune in. Also, we're going to play our viewer's choice commercial. We want you to send in your in your ideas. Y'all have been telling me your ideas, not following directions.
Right. Email
It is
it.
at the root of it, viewers at gmail.com. So, I would like to thank you, T. Coleman, very much. I love you to life.
Love you too.
And look out for the commercial. And y'all have a blessed rest of your night. Good night.
We live, we take strides to move forward. We strive to be more, stay strong and be focused. Start a while, we make choices, live or die. Take over starts at the root, and the truth may be hard to swallow. Step one, self-love above.
Hey guys, this is Shannon
And your boy B More, aka your spiritual specialist.
from At the Root of It.
Yo.
And we are coming with a surprise.
Surprise. Great exposure opportunity for our viewers.
Yes. It is called the Viewer's Choice episode.
The Viewer's Choice episode. What we need you to do, we need all of you out there to hit us with your best topic idea for a show.
The best. And I mean, you really have to really dig deep and come up and be creative.
We need you to get it from the root, touch it from the soul, okay? The one with the best idea will get a great opportunity to be on a live taping of that show. This will be your show. So we need the best idea.
The best idea.
All right, so y'all make sure y'all stay tuned for the instructions right below. They're going to give you all the details, all right? Bye.
Yeah. Wisdom as we grow, and we know a lot more now than we did before. Simple facts. Just acknowledge, move forward, reach for more. One step in front of the other, gotta reach the door. Gotta know for sure. Only you alone, mind, body, and soul. Ultimate control as the truth unfolds at the root.
Let's get to the root of it. Gotta get to the root of it. Let's get to the root of it. Gotta get to the root of it.
Dilute some things, reroute some things, come up with solutions instead of excuses on why we do some things, those young and foolish things. Age brings knowledge and wisdom as we grow, and we know a lot more now than we did before. Simple facts, just acknowledge, move forward, reach for more. One step in front of the other, gotta reach the door, gotta know for sure.